as we are all unfortunately made aware of every day, the past has not really been the most kind to people who are not cis white men. And one way that we unfortunately get shown this is how we portray minority groups in the media. The focus of this episode is going to be regarding transgender individuals who were not portrayed well even in media that is younger than me. So at a first glance, this movie seems like just that. A relic of its time that was used to mock trans people. I mean, this movie's commonly regarded as one of the worst movies in the history of film. That must be the reason, right? Well, actually, watching it, you will see that the film was really ahead of its time and a whole lot more respectful than you'd think it is. Is it perfect? No, it's not. It's a film made in the 50s talking about trans issues, but it's definitely a good first step into the dialogue. The narrative of the film is told by a doctor who's recounting the story of a patient of his to an inspector who is curious about the mindset of a recent suicide case. Meet Glen, your average mild-mannered guy who's about to get married to the woman of their dreams. The twist? Glen likes to cross-dress as an alter ego by the name of Glenda in their spare time. The doctor/narrator then explains the many reasons why a person who is born biologically male would want to dress feminine. And it's not in a boys beware type version where they're like, oh, these people are sick and they must be thrown into mental wards. The doctor actually goes on to explain many spectrums of reasons why individuals would want to dress or act like the gender that they were not born as, ranging from folks who simply want to dress in clothes they're comfy with, to cross-dressers who like presenting as a woman but don't identify as such, to people who want to transition into the other sex. It even mentions intersex people as people in this spectrum, basically trying to destigmatize all of these types of individuals into the era of the time. Another way they try to destigmatize all this is through their portrayals of characters. You see, the characters that don't want to learn about this, who call the characters who do this freaks, are the ones who are portrayed in a very bad light. However, the characters that do want to learn and who are more accepting of these individuals, they are treated as the heroes of the situation. There's even a sequence in the film where they basically compare transphobes to individuals who are basically trying to badmouth cars and planes before they existed. Basically saying, you're hindering social progress.
We were not born with wings. We were not born with wheels. But in the modern world of today, it's an accepted fact that we must have them. So we have corrected that which nature has not given us.
But like I said before, it's not perfect. I mean, again, it is a film made in the 50s, so certain things are a bit off. Like, for example, there's one scene where for some reason they choose to other gay people, calling them unnatural.
Glen is not a homosexual. Glen is a transvestite, but he is not a homosexual. Transvestism is the term given by medical science to those persons who desperately wish to wear the clothing of the opposite sex, yet whose sex life in all instances remains quite normal.
Which is weird. You never really think about it going the other way around. I mean, seeing like a TERF lesbian or Glenn Greenwald is commonplace, but seeing someone say trans is normal but gay isn't is, something a little unique. Another thing is the use of the term transvestite to describe these individuals, a term that many trans individuals consider very derogatory, but that can sort of be explained away via two things. One, the information available in the 50s is not necessarily up to snuff compared to the information we have about trans and gender issues now. But the second one is actually very interesting. You see, the film was actually sort of mixing up two different subject matters. You see, the plot of the movie was originally going to be based on Christine Jorgensen's highly publicized sex change operation, even wanting Christine to star in the film herself. However, Christine turned down the role, and given the very taboo subject matter, unless Christine was on the project might have gotten canned. The only director that was interested in the subject matter was Ed Wood. However, Wood was not really caring that much about making a film about a sex change operation. What Wood was interested in was making a film about cross-dressing because Wood himself was a crossdresser. To my knowledge, he was not transgender, he was just an individual who wanted to dress in feminine clothing. And he basically made the movie to be semi-autobiographical and a cry for help, basically trying to say, I'm normal, accept me society, don't ostracize me. Which is completely fine and acceptable for Wood to do. However, the producers wanted a film about a sex change operation, not cross-dressing, and were basically telling Ed, where's the sex change? So Ed basically had to juggle two different movies that were coincidentally in the same realm of gender/gender identity. Executive meddling also made it so that the film had to be a bit longer, which explains a certain scene that happens in the movie. But that's not really here nor there. If you're a trans member in my audience, you can watch the movie for yourself and tell me how you think of it. It's available for free on YouTube, and it used to be free on its Wikipedia page, so finding it won't be too hard. As a closer, I'll say, trans women are women, trans men are men, trans NBs are NBs, and trans rights are human rights. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified when a future video of mine comes out. And if you're interested in more content from me, you can go to my website, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, or check out my articles on the Independent Political Report.